G'day, Warren.
G'day, Peter.
What are you doing there, mate?
Just having a look around, seeing if there's any water around.
Just having a look around. Wouldn't you use your eyes? And what are you using there?
A couple of homemade divining rods.
A couple of homemade divining rods. Looks like a bit of tensile wire. Did you put a right angle degree near where your hand is? What are you finding there?
Got the line going across there, isn't it? Yeah, there's not a pipe there that I know of. So
Yeah.
just have a bit of water across there.
Right, okay.
There's only a pipe coming in from the back. And two we found over there before. Look at that.
So you've got a good chance for groundwater.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay. Warren, whereabouts are you?
Back in Northampton again for the third time now.
Lose the glasses, come on.
Oh, I
Nobody
can't
can
see without the
see.
bloody
Nobody
glasses,
can see you.
They won't see anything because I'm squinting at everything. Swatting flies.
I know you've got a few sheep in the vicinity, which is why you're chasing flies pretty hard.
Yeah, that's right. They're the neighbour's sheep. Yep.
Yep. Mate, what have you got here? What's this thing over here?
Oh, this is Peter's Rainmaker. This is the third time I've been back.
Third time?
Once in June, another again in July.
Yeah.
After a very good success, and now we're set up for the third time. Hoping to finish the crops out and fill them all up.
So it's August,
It's
in
August, yeah.
2015.
That's right.
And you've had a bit of rain?
Yeah, we had 40 last week.
Yep.
Well, about 10 days ago. 40 about 10 days ago. The time before that, when you were here, we had, we'll be end up with all up,
Oh,
about 90 out of that month, I think.
I think and a bit more, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't you get to over 110 for the month? You started off when I was here at 76. And then you copped a bit more.
Got a bit more, yeah. Somewhere around there anyway. And the time before that, yeah, about 60.
Right.
Wasn't it? So it's pretty interesting when you look at your rainfall chart. You can pretty much draw a line across the months where all the rain's fallen.
So, and out here's pretty normal for you guys?
What, the crop?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a bit rough, that bit. It's just a bit of hay, and yeah, it's a little bit there. It's a bit hard to deal with, but where I wash my boom spray out and everything. But
Yep.
no, that's pretty standard for us down here at Northampton. Yeah.
And the crop, I reckon you're probably going between 3 and 4 and maybe 5.
A lot of places.
Some of it.
A lot of places will hit 5. We should average well over 3. Yeah. Up at Bella's the interesting one. That's gets very dry up there, northeast of Benue. So you're about 150 k's from the coast.
Yep.
And right up the northern end of the ag region. So, well, on an average, you used to work on about 1 year in 5 or 6 that'd be any good.
Yep.
But this year, with the rain we've brought across there, we're looking at a really exceptional year. Yeah, a lot of that will go up to 5 tonne and average well over 3 tonne up there as well. So.
And it's worth what to you an acre? What's
well, per hectare, if you're 3 tonne at $300 a tonne's $900 a hectare.
Right. Okay.
So it's not too bad.
So it's worth doing.
Oh yeah, if you can make it rain, it is. If you weren't making it rain, it's certainly debatable.
1 year and 5. So you guys are 20%ers.
Pretty well, yep. The rest of the time all we're doing is breaking even, hopefully.
Right, okay.
You'll get a few years where you'll lose money. 3 maybe where you'll break even. But just waiting for that one where you'll have a good one.
Right, okay.
So if we can increase those odds, obviously it's a good thing.
Yeah. And you got to hear about me playing with the atmosphere?
Yep, I was researching rain ionisation And as soon as you tap that into Google, up comes Peter in the first one or two. So I thought I'll give this guy a ring and see what he reckons. And yeah, he was right into it and keen to come across and show us what he could do. So I said, oh, well, let's give it a crack.
Yeah.
Jumped in his car and took out a few kangaroos on the way across the country and set up his machine and down she came.
Actually, it was Pamela's car.
Pamela's car,
I
that's right.
borrowed her car.
Yeah.
At her insistence.
And destroyed it.
Oh, didn't I give it whatever?
So,
those roos are hard to play with.
Mm.
They just skip all over your bonnets and side panels and so forth.
Yeah, they seem to like to play on the road, that's for sure.
Yeah. Now, Warren, we've got the machine set up at your place, which was unusual.
Usually we have it a little bit further south, but on account of having so much rain before now,
Bit too much, was it?
we're trying to just keep it a little bit more north so it focuses on our properties, which are about...
What, if I'm looking at the sun now,
120 k's northeast of us.
Be going that way, wouldn't it? Yeah. And just looking around, we've got a little bit of cloud over here. Fair amount of blue sky way off over there over the ocean. And it looks like a front's coming back in over there and right the way around. We've got a fair bit of equipment and a lot more out on the other blocks.
Most of it's out on the other block, yeah.
Yeah. So Warren, the other farmers looking at you going, you're a bit strange?
Yeah, more than likely, but that's fairly standard for me anyway, so you don't really care, do you?
Well, if you keep getting wet, you don't mind.
Exactly.
Is that it?
Yep.
So have you noticed that it does seem to work, or?
Oh, for sure, yeah. No, we've had...
What's convincing you?
Well, every time you've been here, it's within that sort of week kind of period, you end up with a solid amount of rain. So when there was absolutely nothing at all forecast. I think if Peter hadn't have come those 2 times at all, probably would have been looking at 20 mil for the whole year so far. Would have been really, really desperate. So yeah, the only really events of any significance that we've had, and the other thing is they're not winter events. They're not what we normally expect to have. They come down from the north, which is just doesn't happen this time of the year.
Yeah. So Northampton's where on the planet?
So in Western Australia, about 450 k's north of Perth up the coast. Yep. So,
and your harvest, you're planted out roughly how many acres or hectares?
33, about 4,500 hectares. Bit, yeah, 4,300 hectares, about that.
Right.
So about 10,500 acres, round about there.
Yep. And you've gone to the bank, and what have you had to borrow to do that?
Well, I've borrowed about 550,000 so far, just for me chemical and fertiliser and stuff.
Yep.
And yeah, there's lots of other bits and pieces that add up to a lot more than that.
Yep.
Probably another.
So you're in for $1 million or thereabouts?
Worth of costs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, around 800 probably anyway.
Righto.
So yeah. And
you get 2 bob back at the end of it?
Hopefully we'll make a couple of bucks, yeah.
Righto. We'll let them do the do the mathematics.
I gave the figures there earlier so they can work it out.
All right. So this year looks like being
exceptional for us.
Exceptional.
Yeah. It's we still missed that little period probably at the start before I got on to Peter. There was when we were seeding, we'd had a lot of summer rain, but when we were seeding it was really drying out and getting hot and stressed and everything through the May period. So there was about 6 weeks there where it was really quite dry and the crop had to work. But once we got Peter in June and gave everything a good hose down, and then again in July, it's never looked back since then. So in the future, obviously, we'll be looking to work with Peter from the beginning of seeding right through. You know, and if we can take those really hard dry spells out, well, sky's the limit, I guess.
Now, Warren, it just seems to rain just on your place. Is that right, or is it how wide an area does it appear to be affecting?
Oh well, Yeah, well, we wouldn't say just on my place. If it did rain just on my place, it'd be nice because I'm the one paying for it. But no, look, it's
Well, you're not really paying, you're just making a donation.
Event,
Come on.
But it goes over where we focus. So all the northern ag region, especially right up the north where we are,
Yeah.
certainly cops the brunt of it because that's where we're focusing. Yeah. So there's still areas, you know, just south of us, behind the machine that haven't had that flash of a year because we're not focusing there and there was nothing else to bring them rain, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The south copped a good dose there. Peter went down and helped another guy out and focused it across Meriden, and so they obviously got a good drink through there.
They had close to 4 inches of rain, didn't they?
They had 100 mil. Yep. A lot of them. So
And
that made a season for them. And
yeah, they showed me some of their dams whilst I went down there to have a look. There wasn't much room to put any more in.
All overflowing. Yeah. It's a bit hard to drive around. Everything's washed out on the roads and that, but good problem to have out there. I can tell you that much.
And Warren, I've noticed that your spray boom, it's got a set of floaties on it now.
Yeah, we've got sent Peter a few pictures of the boom spray bogged down to the hubs. They're very good, those
I
SPs,
shouldn't
but
laugh.
absolutely useless when you get bogged. They just can't seem to get out. But
Yeah.
anyway, if that's the price we've got to pay here and there, well,
You don't mind
yeah.
putting up with it?
No, that's not a problem.
All right. Well, you seem pretty happy. Your
Very
crops
happy.
are looking pretty good.
Yep.
You got enough headers to get it off.
Back until we can get into the crop and get it off and get some money in the bank. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's
You're gonna have to get another couple of headers in, aren't you?
No, we're not doing that. We haven't got enough money. No, we'll plug away ourselves if we need to. We'll try and.
How long will it take you to harvest with what you got at the moment?
About 3 months.
3 months to harvest the grain.
We'll get going about the 15th of October, and if we finish by Christmas, we'll be doing really well.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, that's about where it's at.
3 months.
Yeah.
Just pulling the crop in.
Yeah, but I've got 4,000 acres contract harvesting I do for a guy every year, so
Right. Okay.
that's included in that.
Well done.
So we've got about.
So you're a worker.
Oh yeah, we get amongst it a bit. No one else is going to do it for you, are they?
I thought you just left it there and it, you know, turned up as a big check at the end of it. You didn't have to do anything.
No. Key to it all is just get amongst it and go like hell and always think outside the box.
Right.
And
Okay.
we end up standing here talking about things like making it rain and making it all happen. So that's always been my attitude. And don't worry about what people think about what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's your bottom line that counts, not anyone else's.
Yeah.
Unless they want to start paying the bills, which I'm pretty sure they won't.
So what have you noted with this machine? What seems to be the go with it?
Well, basically, with the mirrors, we're reflecting the light back.
From the sun?
The black boxes at the top providing a massive negative charge.
Yep.
And the coils underneath are creating a spin. So we've got a spinning negative charge or vortex working back into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So
And it's these clouds out here which are a bit unusual, aren't they?
yeah,
They seem to be in a direct alignment to the machine. And
pretty interesting. The other day we had a massive swirling vortex of cloud straight above the machine.
yeah.
That was quite something else to see that. Yeah,
Well, and we just took a couple of stills of that, didn't we?
we did.
All right.
So no,
Well,
does the job.
I've been at this for 30 years and we're still only 100% accurate,
Mm.
which is a bit amazing sort of figure. I reckon I'll just keep doing it until I can get to 101.
Yep.
But, there you go, guys. A Rainmaker in action. And thank you very much, Warren. And
No problem at all.
thanks for getting me over and helping you guys.
I'm sure there'll be many more times and more videos.
All right, you know the routine. You've got me. On your way. Cheers.